Okay. We've got a lot of new stuff, but of course, big news of the week is the Raspberry Pi Zero wireless. That's why we say now serving.
New serving.
We had a little party, and you were invited. All of you are invited. Yum.
Yum. Delish. So you just want to bite them.
Yum. So this is part of the launch. We're one of the folks that are helping to get the Pi Zero wireless to as many people as we can. When you place the orders for these, when we have them in stock, it might take a little bit because there's a lot. So Lady Ada, what is this new Pi Zero all about?
Okay, so here's the scoop. The Pi Zero original, I think, came out about a year-ish ago, and it was pretty amazing. It's like, half the size of a Raspberry Pi A+, about one-third the size of the B+ or the 2. It uses the same chip as the original Raspberry Pi, the BCM 2835. Runs about 800 megahertz, maybe about a gigahertz. You can overclock it to 1.2 gigahertz or so. It's a very capable chip. It has 256 megabytes of RAM on it. It's got HDMI, is a mini HDMI port. It has that micro SD card slot as well. That's pretty nice and standard. It has 2 USB plugs. One is for power, it has power written on it, and the other is a USB on-the-go connection. So you can use a micro USB hub, there's on-the-go hubs, or a cable adapter to let you connect to any amount of USB devices, anything you want. So if you want to add like an Ethernet hub, or if you want to add Wi-Fi before, or you want to add a keyboard or mouse, you can do that through the USB jack. A couple months ago, they released version 1.3 of the Pi Zero, which added the camera connector, which is right below me, and that allowed you to connect a Raspberry Pi camera using a little camera adapter cable. So that's all very exciting and good, but never one to leave a good thing better. They've decided to improve the Raspberry Pi. What?
Better.
Now it's better. So the same chip that's on the Pi 3 that added Wi-Fi, Bluetooth Classic, and Bluetooth Low Energy is this little like black rectangle. It's next to that big chip. It's kind of this like dark square rectangle thingy there. Yeah. That adds wireless, and they also have a little antenna on board as well. The antenna is like the weird triangle thing in between the HDMI and USB jack. It's kind of like a cool cavity antenna. So what's neat about this is basically you get all the joy of a Raspberry Pi Zero. It can run Linux, it can run FreeBSD or Debian, it can run, what's the name of the Media Center. There's a Media Center Linux distribution. It still has 1080p HDMI output. It can do any kind of internet things. It can play games. It can do sensors.
For our 4 a.m. live launch broadcast, you played Super Mario.
Yeah, just to demonstrate, like you can play MAME games on it. You maybe can't emulate like a PlayStation 2, but you can emulate Nintendo and stuff. And it still has that 2x20 GPIO connector you can solder on header.
Can you power via the GPIO?
Yes, you can back power it through the 5-volt pin. Just be careful not to collide or overvolt it. And it's what's nice is that the original Raspberry Pi Zero was $5, and now this Raspberry Pi Zero Wi-Fi, or wireless actually, because that's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, is $10. Yeah. So for $5 more, you get Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth LE, which is actually a really good deal. Instead of having
incredible.
It's like for the price of what normally would be a Wi-Fi dongle, you get like a full Linux computer.
Yeah.
So we thought this was a really cool thing. So they asked us, do you want to carry this? We said, yeah, we'll carry this. We will eventually carry both at the same time, but we paused carrying the classic version just for a couple days so people didn't get confused, because most people want this version.
Yeah.
And
we found is if you have two things
that look so similar,
that are similar, then there's just returns and like, I thought I ordered this or that or whatever.
Anyway, so we're putting them in. We're putting in a couple hundred a day. We are putting 500 or 600 a day. Yeah. Going slowly. We want to make sure that we can keep our shipping team on top of it. And we have a couple of packs that go with it. So we have a super basic budget pack. This is just, you get a case, you get a Noob's 8 gigabyte card. This is an ultra fast card, so it's really nice. It's pretty much plug and play, ready to go. You pop it in a case. It's nice and protected. Yeah. We also have that was the basic pack. This is the budget pack. Yeah. So this pack, you get the Raspberry Pi Zero, and then below that's the case. You also get a really good power supply, so you don't have to worry about that. And then above the Pi Zero, you have the SD card. Again, it's a super fast SD card. And then to the right of that, it's a little cut off, but it's an HDMI adapter that lets you connect a normal HDMI cable, like a standard sized cable, to the Raspberry Pi Zero, which is really common. You also get some header if you want to attach bonnets or hats or whatever, you'll solder that in. And then below it, we have a USB on the go to USB adapter. So that allows you to plug in, a mouse or a keyboard or whatever other USB device. You can even plug in a hard drive, right? You can do anything you want. It's plain USB.
We have a little bit of a beefier pack.
Yeah, we have a fancier pack. So this is an upgrade. This one, you also get a cobbler, so you can plug into a breadboard. You get a console cable so that you can connect to it directly through a USB connection. You still get the HDMI USB adapter, the noobs card, male header. You also get a right angle female header. This allows you to, if you solder it in, you can plug it into the cobbler, into the breadboard, and it's all kind of in one. So you don't even need the cable. It just plugs in directly, which is really neat. So this kind of gets you everything you need to really do hardware hacking.
Yeah, this is what most people ask about. They're like, well, I want to get all the things to make it work because it just doesn't do anything on its own.
That's the thing. If you want to make a computer that's $10, there are certain sacrifices you have to make. You're not going to have everything on board. So, they added Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, but, it doesn't come with a case. And the USB connector is an on-the-go connector. So we have USB hubs and devices that plug directly into on-the-go, but most things around that you have a standard A plug. They don't have an on-the-go plug, so you need a little adapter.
Anyways.
Same with HDMI.
We
You
also
can
have
get
some
cables for it,
accessories.
but not always. This is another pack. We wanted to kind of experiment with, did people want to kind of get everything they needed to say, maybe make an AirPlay speaker kit or something. So this is a Pi Wi-Fi Zero with speakers and a speaker bonnet, so you can have a stereo speaker kit. So you can make a little wireless speaker set.
Yeah. And then one of the things we showed in our live broadcast at 4 a.m. on Tuesday was the cases from the Pi Foundation.
Yeah, we have a case. I think it's a nice case, but if you want a case that's a little fancier, we have the official Raspberry Pi case, and what's nice is it comes with 3 different toppers. So you get the plain topper. Oh, can you go back to the
Topper?
This is the plain topper, so it's completely covered. The next one is a topper that you can plug in HDMI GPIO cable into.
Yeah.
So
and you showed the little bonnet that you're working on.
Yeah, so you can plug in bonnets or hats, so you can plug in stuff into the GPIO. And then this is nice. This is a camera case version. So with this, you can snap if you get a camera alongside, you can snap the camera in. Yeah, this just shows everything you get.
And then this is how you'd...
Well, this is actually on the outside. You can actually plug it on the inside as well, but this is just demonstrating what you get. Although you could connect it to the outside as well. You can get we have a pack with an 8
All
megapixel.
depends on how you want to roll.
Yeah, so there it is. You can see the lens. It's kind of tough to see because it's not transparent. It's an opaque lens, but the camera snaps in and you use a little included cable to connect it. So this is a pack that we have. A lot of people are going to want to make little wireless, motion sensing cameras.
Yeah.
So it's a really good deal because you get bumpers, you get cable, 3 toppers. Honestly, it's a pretty nice pack. And this is the NoIR version.
Yeah.
This version, it has a NoIR filter. So if you want to take nature photography or late night with IR LEDs to illuminate it, this is the pack that will do that.
Yeah. And of course, in typical Adafruit style. Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, this shows all the different options for that camera case.
So,
and this case, it has one thing I noticed that is a little different. I mean, you can use it with an external camera connector and stuff, but you can't remove the SD card. So for some people, if you don't want people to be able to take out the SD card, this case will protect it. Whereas our case, it's designed for people who want to remove the SD card as necessary.
All right. And with that, Lady Ada, the new products are over. Good work.
Nice.